Hello Explorer, thanks for joining us again and welcome back to another informative video on our YouTube channel. Today we are visiting the country of Uganda. By the end of this episode, you will know the former British protectorate like never before. We shall look into the transformative nature of this amazing African nation, and also we shall look into its economy, its people, and the best places to visit whenever you travel to Uganda. So without any more delay, we shall just go straight into it. With regards to your knowledge about Uganda, Uganda is a landlocked country across the equator in eastern Africa, bordering Lake Victoria in the southeast. It is bordered by South Sudan in the north, and also the Democratic Republic of the Congo in west, Kenya in the east, and by Rwanda and Tanzania in the south. Moving ahead, the country occupies an area of just over 241,000 kilometers square. Compare Uganda is slightly smaller than the United Kingdom, or if you put that in the United States, it is smaller than the state of Oregon. The country's highest point is Margarita Peak on Mount Stanley, a mountain located in the Rwenzori Range within the Rwenzori National Park. Uganda has a population of just over 44 million people, and the country has a GDP of over 35 billion US dollars. Also, moving ahead, the country's largest city and capital is Kampala. The spoken languages are English officially, and also you do have Luganda and major languages of the country. You do have also Swahili and other native languages. The country has also transformed in different areas. Looking at its history, taking a step back, British influence in Uganda began in the 1860s, with explorers seeking the source of the Nile, and expanded in subsequent decades with various trade agreements and the establishment of the Ugandan Protectorate in 1894. The colonial boundaries created by Britain to delimit Uganda grouped together a wide range of ethnic groups with different political systems and culture. Those differences complicated the establishment of a working political community after independence was achieved in 1962. The dictatorial regime then of Idi Amin of Uganda, that was from 1971 to 79, was responsible for the death of some over 300,000 people, so to point out, and the guerrilla war and human rights abuses also under Milton Obote from 1980 to 85 claimed at least thousands of lives. The rule of Yoweri Museveni at the moment since 1986 has brought relatively stability and economic growth to Uganda. Others will question its longevity in power, but some will point out that with regards to the past, there are some stability in the country. Of course, there are others who will question the longevity of its service to the Ugandan people. In December of 2017, the parliament approved the removal of presidential age limits, thereby making it possible for Museveni to continue standing for office. Uganda faces numerous challenges, however, that could affect future stability, including population explosions, growth also, and infrastructure in other areas. Some will point out some corruptions in different areas and also underdevelopment in some democratic institutions, and some will question the direction of the nation. However, Uganda has transformed. The country has moved forward. The capital Kampala is one of the most recognized cities across the African continent. The people are transforming their society, and Uganda is taking shape. If you are new to this channel, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Understanding Uganda from the economic perspective, Uganda has a substantial natural resources, including fertile soil, regular rainfall, and also substantial reserves of recoverable oil, and a small deposit of copper, gold, and other minerals. Agriculture is one of the most important sectors of the economy, employing 72% of the workforce. The country's export market suffered a major slump following the outbreak of different issues with regard to South Sudan at the time. However, that has recovered in a positive manner, largely due to different commodities like coffee, and which account for 16% of export in the country. An increased gold export has also tried to reshape the economy, which accounts for 10% of export of Ugandan's economy. Uganda has a small industrial sector that is dependent on imports, so to point out, such as refined oil and heavy equipment. Overall, productivity is hampered by a number of supply-side constraints, including insufficient infrastructure, lack of modern technology in agriculture, like many other African countries face in this particular area. Moving ahead also, looking deeper into the economy of Uganda, Uganda's economic growth has slowed since then. However, the government is putting into place spendings and to resolve public debts and other issues. Uganda's budget is dominated by energy and road infrastructure spending, while Uganda relies on donor support for long-term drivers of growth, including agriculture, health, and education. The largest infrastructural projects are externally financed through concessional loans, but at inflated cost. As a result, debt serving for those loans is expected to rise and causing challenges in terms of repayment in different ways. Of course, Uganda has repositioned itself and is moving ahead to make sure that it places itself again once more in the community of nations. If you are new to Edu Explorer, we will encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. Looking at Uganda, the country does business with different countries within the African continent. It does have an interesting climate. In the north is a semi-arid rainfall, less than 50% in the southwest part of the country, and also there are two seasons. You do have the seasons which is from December to February, and also you do have from June to July. From December to February, we're talking about the dry season here, and from June to July, and different seasons applies. Uganda has an interesting relationship in terms of its export market. It does business with different countries within the African continent, like Rwanda and also the Democratic Republic of the Congo, Kenya, and also internationally, it does business with Germany and also the Netherlands and China in terms of its export. Commodities will include heavy equipment, vehicles, and also petroleum and medical supplies and cereals. It imports things from Kenya as well, and India, and also China. There are several things you could do when you travel to Uganda. Uganda is an interesting nation. The country has transformed. For those of you who plan to visit Uganda, there are different places you could go to. If you are in Uganda at the moment, or you are planning to travel, you can go to Lake Victoria, Africa's largest lake and one of Africa's greatest lakes. You can also visit Sese Islands. Sese Islands is Lake Victoria, and Lake Buyonyoni and the freshwater lake. And you have Kasubi Tombs, the royal burial grounds in Uganda. There are other areas also you can check on. You can go to Bwindi Impenetrable National Park and also the Moshinsons Falls National Park. There are other areas you can check out also. You can visit Queen Elizabeth National Park, and between Lake Edward and Lake Katwe, a flooded volcanic crater, the Kibala National Park, and also Lake Mburu National Park, and of course the Kidepo Valley National Park also. It's very important. For those of you who plan to visit Kampala, Kampala does have very interesting and international cuisine. For those of you who've never been there, it's an interesting touristic destination. The country has attracted other international experts from different parts across the world working for international organizations living in Kampala. It does have charitable organizations as well that tend to work in different activities in the area to also expand its development in the rural areas. For those of you who don't know, Uganda is an interesting society, and they are moving ahead to a hopeful different direction. If you plan to visit Uganda, also we encourage you to check into the travel options. Wherever you are going, there are different touristic organizations that will offer you different hotel travel advice and also tourism issues. Uganda has been an academic and a cradle for education in the African continent. They have some well-renowned universities and institutions, for example, like the Makerere University, commonly referred to like the Ivory Tower of Uganda's premier institutions of learning. You also have Uganda's Mata University, a Catholic university which is in Kozi in the country. If you are new to this channel, we would encourage you to subscribe and share our videos to your different network. That's all what we got for you with regards to Uganda. Hopefully we're able to inform you the next time you plan to visit this amazing African nation. We will encourage you to also check your travel advice and so to find out how important your trip is going to be. If you feel that we were spot on with regards to Uganda, we would like to hear from you in the comment section. If you also feel we left out something, we would also like to hear from you in the comment section. But now, thanks very much for watching The Explorer. Hopefully you can watch our other episodes and our different visits to different countries across the African continent, and also we would like to hear your comments. For now, thank you and see you in our next episode. Have a good day. Bye-bye.